Hey everyone, this is actually my third attempt at making this video and not my normal attempts where I have a part where I have a brain fart, I say 1,000 times, or I really forget one thing that I want to say, or I sound like a complete buffoon in the video. This was two complete products that I was at the time happy with that I decided that I needed to add more information. That's because I kept thinking of more things that I wanted to talk about and little things that I had made notes in my little workout book that I have that I wanted to bring up in this video, and I forgot. So I guess it's not just one piece of information that I forgot lots of pieces of information. But both of those videos had like parts that I wanted to keep, and I also wanted to add some more things. But I made my little notes, so I'll be looking at this to make sure I don't forget anything that I want to talk about. I do have a ton of clips from this week at the new gym. I recorded a whole bunch because I was working out at random times, either really early or really late, so there wasn't anyone there, so I was able to record really as much as I wanted. And I didn't record every lift that I did because that would be hours of film to go through, and frankly I don't have that kind of time to be looking at 225-pound squats because they aren't really that exciting. Although I do have some because I did some high reps, but nothing like my warm-ups. I don't ever really share those because they aren't really that exciting. But that brings me to my lifting schedule, and I mentioned that a little bit. I either worked out really late or really early. Ideally for me, I would work out 5 days a week. I mentioned this in last week's video, and I think it was 4 days this week that I worked out. Was it Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? No, 5 days. Because I didn't work out Monday or Wednesday, but I went Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm going to go today to finish up the stuff that I had planned for yesterday. Although I say planned, I was planning on splitting the workout in half anyway, so it isn't as if I got tired or something, although it was pretty late last night when I got done. I just decided to split the workout in half so I could do some stuff Sunday since I'm not working out tomorrow. So I'm recording this early Sunday morning before I go lift. I don't have much to do today, so there isn't much to talk about in regards to that. Just some snatch, grip, deadlift, and bent over rows, as well as some push press, and that's really about it. Maybe some abs, but not much else than that. So squat adjustments for my form and volume. I've mentioned before how I was crumbling over a little bit too much, and I think I'm getting better at correcting for that and really feeling that a lot more. Another thing that I noticed from recording from the front is that I shift over sometimes to the left when I'm coming up, and that's obviously not a good thing, and that's something that I'm working to prevent as well, I guess, and working to have that consistent straight up and down path with my squat. And thankfully I'm able to feel this. A lot of these adjustments that I'm making, I'm able to feel when they go wrong, so it isn't as if they're completely gone, after one day of noticing them and then working on them. It's something where I get really like a grindy rep, and then I shift a little bit, or I feel it, and then I'm able to work to correct that on the next rep. So they're really mid-set adjustments that I'm able to make, or really able to use them to understand when I'm at, I guess, too grindy of a lift or too maximal of a lift, if that makes any sense. It helps me to realize, kind of like when my back rounds, the same sort of thing. I realize like I should probably stop at this rep if it's starting to get kind of funky, so I don't blow a gasket of some sort. And also with volume, I'm adding a lot more squat volume, just deep squats, high bar, higher reps type stuff after my main set. So I'll be still doing, like for instance, yesterday I had a 345-pound squat for 5 sets of 2. I actually adjusted that to 4 sets of 2, and then made the last one an AMRAP. But I also had 2 rounds of squats based on the program, and I changed the second round of squats to be higher rep based. So I'm doing more of that just to focus on getting some more volume, and hopefully building a little bit more muscle, especially on the extra squats, because I think I worked up, it was to 265 for a set of 6. It was kind of a pyramid up and down. So the weights that I'm using for that kind of stuff isn't taxing on my nervous system very much at all. So I'm able to go quickly through them, get a little sweat, get a little hypertrophy, all of that fun stuff, without killing myself. And I think it'll be beneficial to me in the long term to do some more higher rep stuff and not just focus on the lower reps for everything. At least I think so. Bench and bench bar path. Oh yeah. See, this is why I need notes, because otherwise I keep forgetting these kind of things. Basically with my bench right now, I'm continuing to do what I've normally done as far as my setup and everything. The only difference is if I'm doing higher reps, my bar path will be more vertical. I'm experimenting with having the bar path or the bar touch lower on myself. I think it is sufficient right now, but I am experimenting with that with lighter weights to see how that may potentially feel. Right now it's pretty awkward, but with any sort of adjustment like that, it's going to feel awkward at first, so I don't want to just give up because it felt awkward at first. But if I were to max out tomorrow, I would definitely be kind of that area kind of where your stomach is below my chest. That's where I've been pretty comfortable, but I'm experimenting, and it's not anything more dramatic, but maybe like another half inch or inch down below. And it feels kind of awkward right now, but I also did it after my higher sets or my heavier sets, so anything I was going to do is going to feel a little more difficult than it normally would with the weight that I was using. So that's something I'm going to mess around with, kind of a straighter bar path when I'm doing higher reps. If I'm doing singles or doubles, then I'll still push back overhead like I would normally do in a competition type setting. And that's just based off a recommendation I got when I was back in Canton to do that for higher reps, at least a straight up and down bar path. That's something to mess around with. My bench has been feeling really good, so either way, I hopefully will be able to continue to progress, because I do want to get to that 315 pound spot. That would be very exciting. And deadlift volume, this is a big adjustment that I'm making to the program as well. If I have, for instance, well, the first thing is I'm splitting my workout in two, so I would normally have some deadlift volume in my workout yesterday, but that's the part I'm splitting to today. And with it, I'm doing some snatch grip deadlift, but it's 4 sets of 10, which is very high, and that's just to work on getting the muscles bigger in my back and hamstrings and all of that shebang. So I'm focusing more on hypertrophy type work on the days where the program doesn't have deadlift work, and I'm adding it in and not focusing on doing like triples and doubles and all of that stuff a couple days a week. I think this will be more beneficial because I'll be able to put on some more muscle and accumulate more deadlift volume, as well as try different variations to work on different part of my lift, as well as building volume with those different variations. Sorry, I had to adjust myself. So that's a big adjustment. The Wednesday or the midweek workout, as far as that goes with deadlift, the deadlift focus workout in the program won't be changing that drastically at all. I'll still be doing everything in that, and that's kind of the original reason why I wanted to switch up the volume or the deadlift variations that I did on the 2 other days, or I guess 3 other days of my workouts, was simply to allow myself to perform optimally when I had the deadlift focus workout, because I view that as more important, because I'm doing more deadlift volume on those days. So I want to be able to have a lighter deadlift stuff on the first workout of the week, and then hit all my deadlift focus stuff, and then do whatever deadlift stuff I have later that week. And hopefully that will allow me to recover better and to build more muscle. And I think adding that hypertrophy type work will help me to recover, as well as to continue to accumulate more and more volume, which I think is what I want to focus on right now, and what I think is going to be beneficial to me in the long term. Diet and overall volume. So I've mentioned volume a whole bunch of times. I am trying to increase volume, obviously, because I had done max outs before. I'm trying to focus on that. With the online powerlifting meet, this may make it more difficult to do the lifts that I want to. Obviously, I'm not going to try to do a 600 pound deadlift or try to maximally bench press again. But the more I've thought about it, I probably will do 280 pound bench next week. I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to do that based on the fact that I did 290 and 295 with my butt coming off. So I think 280 should be pretty good for me to do, as well as deadlift. I would like to do 570, but if I can't get it, I'm not going to try to wrench my back to try to do it. If I just do like 540, I'll be perfectly fine with that. But I would like to do that 570, and that's just because I failed that weight before. But we'll see how that works, because that won't be next week, but the week after that I'll have to work that into my workout. And what I'll probably do for the bench stuff, I could probably do that in the first workout of the week. But for the deadlift stuff, I'll probably not do any deadlift volume on the first workout of the week, and then on the deadlift focus day, work to a heavy single, and then come back and do the rest of my deadlift work. So be looking forward to that, a sub-maximal single from me, and nothing too exciting. It's weird, I got like 3 or 4 subscribers from that 400-pound squat video, and it's not even, for at least for me, for my standards, it's not even that good of a lift in terms of like how close to my actual max that it is. But it's just it's weird to get several subscribers from that and then have a video like this that maybe get 1, although I have been getting some I don't know. It's weird. I don't know why I get subscribers. It's hard to think about it. I just try to put out videos consistently and make them so they're not mind-numbingly boring, at least as much as I possibly can. And future plans. See, this is good. I made notes because my mind's going blank for a second. Future plans. At least for the rest of this year, I probably won't do another meet unless there's something very close or convenient, and with that I won't be trying to do kind of like what I'm doing with the power or with the online meet that I'm doing, not trying to go for new PRs or new maxes, just go and do a heavy single essentially for the 3 lifts and worry about continuing my training and not trying to affect that too much. Ideally, I'd like to continue to build strength into next year. I think based on what I've read about the Arnold Classic, there's pretty much no way I could qualify for it this next year in 2017, just because I would have to do Raw Nationals in the USPL, and as far as I know, I can't do that because I was in the USPA for my meet, even though I did well in that. So I'll have to focus on, I want to get to it's like a 430 Wilks that you need to have, as well as compete at Nationals for USPL, at least based on the 2016, the standards to get into the meet. So I really just at this time just want to focus on putting on a lot of strength and trying to get really, really strong, and then try to get as close as I can to that 430 Wilks, and really worry about that for this time. I'm not really concerned about any certain body weight or any certain lift that I'm hitting. I just want to consistently get stronger and accumulate more volume and do all that fun stuff. And as far as my diet goes, I think I was 190 this morning. So I'm back up, I guess, from where I was, obviously at 181. It's 190 is probably where I'll be trying to stay for a while. I did jump up pretty quick, so it probably wasn't all super clean weight. But I'll be trying to stay at this weight for a while and continue to put on muscle, and maybe I'll lose a couple pounds, maybe I'll gain a couple pounds, but I like to stay about that 190 because I'm able to eat quite a bit of food, and that's good with me. I'm able to get all the nutrition that I need. So I really don't think I need to try to be putting on more weight, at least at this time, and I just need to focus on getting really, really strong. And that's the fun part of training, is trying to get as strong as you can. So I'll end the video here. There isn't anything else on my little note to talk about, and I think I covered everything that I would like to talk about. You'll be seeing lots of clips from me in the future, because I probably will lift at weird times just because of my teaching schedule, either really early or really late. And that's more of actually a preference of mine, to lift at those times versus lifting at times when there's going to be lots of other people in the gym. I like lifting with either a couple people or by myself, especially when I can control the music and kind of be in a separate environment from everyone. It's very relaxing to have a whole weight room to yourself and to be able to play whatever music you want and not having to listen to other people's music when it's either really loud or really loud and sucky. So I do enjoy lifting at the weird times that I do, and that's the way I get turned on the weekends, is by going to lift at 10 o'clock at night and then getting back at like 1. That's a pretty exciting weekend for me to do that a couple times. But that's really about it that I have to talk about this video. If you have any thoughts or comments, please leave those down below, and as always, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.